Hey everybody, Chef Jason, your Ace Hardware grilling expert. Today, I'm tackling the tough things. Now, I get the question asked of me a lot. How do you sear on a Traeger? So today we're gonna show you how to sear on a Traeger, guide you through some of the steps that are gonna give you the best sear, because we're also gonna help answer that other comment I get that you can't sear on a Traeger. Tell you what, I sear a lot on my Traeger, and my steaks, chops, and chicken come out wonderfully. Now, we just pulled these out of the fridge, so we're gonna let these rest and temper while we head outside and get the Traeger fired up. So before we get the Traeger fired up, you can see that I went through and changed out my drip pan liner, made sure everything was nice and clean and the grill grates were clean as well. Because we're cooking at 500 degrees, we want this to be pristine, because any fats, oils, residues potentially could become an ignition point as we bring that up to 500 degrees. So we are clean, we are dialed in. Let's get it fired up. Okay, we went ahead and topped this off with the Smokey Woods Champions blend. That hickory, mesquite, and oak, gonna give our steak a lot of flavor. Now, we're going straight to 500 degrees today, so let's get that set. We'll hit enter, we'll hit ignite, and we are good to go. The Traeger's fired up, ready to go. Let's talk about ingredients real quick. I have got some 1 pound, these are 16-ounce New York steaks, so strip steaks. They're trimmed off nicely, just how I would normally trim them. And we're keeping it very, very simple today. Salt, pepper, and a little bit of canola oil. I need a little bit higher temperature oil to lightly coat these steaks. So they have rested and they're doing their thing. Life is good. We'll go ahead and get them seasoned here in just a second. So first thing I want to do is go ahead and lightly coat the top with just a thin layer of canola oil. And I'm doing that because I want to help the salt and pepper stick, but guess what? I also want to give it a tiny bit of release agent from the grill, but this will also help me make some really nice grill marks. So as we always say, season as light or as heavy as you want on both sides. And then we're gonna let these rest while that Traeger finishes getting up to temp. So I'll add my pepper next, and then we're gonna go ahead, flip them, and do the same thing on the second side. Okay, the steaks are all seasoned, and we're gonna let the seasoning just kind of sit here while the steaks temper, while the Traeger heats up. Let's talk a little bit about what searing is. So searing involves kind of that quick browning of the surface of food at a higher temperature, and the temperature is usually 300 to 500 degrees for searing. I hear it all the time that people are grilling and searing things at 350, 400, 450 degrees, and I love it because guess what? Searing means something different to all of us. And at the end of the day, hey, we all get to eat beautifully cooked food, and that is absolutely amazing. Now, you can sear at temperatures above 500 degrees, but one of the issues you may have is you might have excessive dryness, and you may experience a little bit of burning. Now, when you want to get that beautiful crust through that Maillard reaction, which is a chemical reaction between the amino acids and a little bit of sugars, that's going to occur at a higher temperature. And that reaction begins at 250 degrees. Surface temperature of the steak, surface temperature of the steak. That's why I love to be in that temperature range of 300 to 500. In order to get the best sear and the best crust and the best grill marks, the surface of the meat has to hit a minimum of 250 degrees. So we want to make sure that we don't have a lot of moisture and we don't have a lot of fats and oils. Just the right amount is going to give us that perfect sear. All right, let's head out and check on the Traeger, see if we are ready to get it done. All right, 23 minutes from start to 500. We're gonna let it go another 10 minutes. That way everything inside that grill is going to be 500 degrees from the grates to everything, and we're ready to sear some steaks. Okay, here we are after 35 minutes. This thing is hot. Time is of the essence, so let's open this. Let's get these steaks in. I like to give them a little push down once I get them in. That sear that you hear is actually the water burning off the surface of the steak. So put these guys in, we're gonna give them a sear. We're gonna leave these alone. Close the lid, we're gonna come back in 6 minutes and rotate. Here we are after 6 minutes. Let's go ahead and rotate those steaks. Get everything turned and ready to go. Get those guys set and get the lid closed. Fast, fast, fast. We'll come back in another 6 minutes and flip them. All right, here we are right at 12 minutes. I want to take a temp check first and see where we're at. Now we're sitting at about 95.7 degrees, so that is pretty cool. All right, here we are right after that 17 minutes, right? On that first side, And look at that, we've got some beautiful sear definitely going on these steaks. So I'm careful to not tear these apart when I turn them. I wanna make sure I just get them nicely flipped. Now, let's go ahead and track temperature here quick, see where we're at. And we're sitting at about 116, which is great. I'm gonna let these go till they hit 125, then we'll pull them, get ready to rest. Just like that, we hit 125 degrees. Time to grab these off the grill carefully with our tongs. We're gonna go into the kitchen to rest them, but that right there, not too shabby. I'll see you in the kitchen. Time to dig in for a little bit of that reveal, and that right there, not too bad at all. Look at how juicy and wonderful that is. So, lunch is served. I guess it's time to eat some of this beautifully seared New York steak. Oh, man. Well, there you have it. Seared steaks, big, juicy steaks, about 25 minutes on the Traeger at 500 degrees. Now, like I said earlier, the definition of sear is different to all of us, but the best part is that process is gonna work great for chicken, fish, pork chops, and your favorite steak. Now, stay tuned because I have a great side dish that goes along with steak, corn on the cob. That video coming up next, but in the meantime, that right there is the happiest part of my day. Cheers.